Hello and welcome to another video in the series of teaching science through observation, investigation and imagination. Today's experiment is from the grade 1 unit, Living Off Earth's Resources, and what we're going to do is that we're going to have a look at how our plant developed and what we've got. So about 8 to 10 weeks ago you will have planted these bean seeds here. You can see that. Oops, just struggling to see that bean seed there. We sat them in some potting mix, we watered them, we put them in these cups here. You'll recall we put the aluminium foil around to protect the roots from sunlight, and we can see the roots that have developed there. The stem, this is where the cotyledons would have been. They dropped off pretty much straight away after it came out of the ground. The leaves, and it's fruited, reproducing itself. So the point here is what we're trying to demonstrate is that this one bean, through a process of growing, can reproduce itself, in this case sexually reproduce itself, because it produced flowers. Those flowers were pollinated by other bee plants, by the bees, with other bean plants, and they have produced new beans, as we can see here. So I've got a bigger one here, and so what we want to do, we want the children to observe this act of reproduction, or not the act of reproduction, but the finished point of reproduction. So we've got one of these beans here, and so rather than cutting them the way we would if we were preparing dinner, you can see down here there's a seam that goes down the bean, and what we're going to do, we're going to cut that along there, and we don't want the children at grade 1 doing this, so you'll need to do this. And once you start, you can then just pull this bean apart. And here we go. And these beans are in various states of maturity. Still a little bit green. So, and I'll just pick one out here, and so there's the bean. Now, the reason why it's green is that this process hasn't really finished, because what we do is that we pick the beans at this stage so that they are green, full of nutrition and yummy to eat. In the wild, what this plant would do is that this bean here would start to dry out. This outer shell that holds and protects the beans, that would start to shrivel up until it dies. And then the only thing that would be left is these bean seeds. And they too will have dried out. So they fall on the ground, it rains, they start to germinate like we did in our experiment here, and then the whole cycle goes on. So if you want to make the observation process even more realistic for the students, what you can do is hang on to these beans and dry them out, and then look out for them, do an observation, say, every week after that until they start to dry. And you'll find that they'll look exactly the same as the beans that you planted. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you.